It's now time for everybody's favorite segment, Horror Talk. Horror. Horror Talk. Alright. We got two topics as usual. First up, let's talk about aliens. Alright, so me and Dwayne are going to talk about three movies apiece of maybe our favorite movies that aliens are kind of like the main subject of the film. Dwayne, what you got?
Okay, so I'll go with Aliens, Xenomorphs. I like the Alien movies. I've seen them a lot. I saw the first one as a kid. The second one, which I still think is the best one, I saw in theaters. And I loved it. I loved the movie. I loved the concept. I mean, you have like the extra mouth in it that bites people. They got a hard carapace. They got acid blood. They run fast, crawl, hide in the shadows. I mean, they're like really good killing machines. So I like the concept of them, and I think they were great. The second one I got, of course, is Predator. Mostly because of the first movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's a great movie. And the same thing with it. It's Hunter. It's a hunter on a different world. It's hunting different species. It's got like the little shoulder-mounted cannon thing. It's got the claws.
Turns invisible.
I mean, it's really good. And even that Predator's moving around another world, hunting the humans and stuff. That was a really good one too. I enjoyed it a lot. My third favorite alien type movie, I'll say, is Species. And if you've seen that movie, I'm not going to say anything more about it.
Okay, good list. I think mine's a little better. I thought about, saying Star Wars, but that's a little too easy. So, alright, my first one is the obvious one. The Thing. Oh my god, that movie's, I think it blows all three yours out the water. The Thing is amazing. It is, I don't know, it's really close. That and Halloween are my two favorite John Carpenter films. The Thing is a masterpiece. Next up is Signs. What's his name?
Shyamalan?
Midnight Shyamalan, whatever. He don't have many good movies, but this one is great. I love how the aliens are like Bruce in Jaws, the shark. You don't see it a lot. Same with the aliens here. You don't really see the aliens a whole lot, and it made it a whole lot scarier for me. The holy shit, is it out there? I love that. Just that take on it. I don't know, wow. It's always one of my favorite alien movies. And my third pick with aliens is the center of the film. They are the villains. Space Jam. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck are playing a team of aliens for the game of basketball with Michael Jordan. Space Jam. Oh my god, I mean, I'm a 90s kid, so of course I gotta go Space Jam. It's by law, I'm a 90s kid, so you gotta say it, so I don't wanna go to jail. And that is our favorite alien movies on Horror Talk. Alright, subject 2. Dwayne, on the last episode, we talked about what made a good hero, like Survivor, hero, what's the word I'm thinking of? Survivor, protagonist. Yes. And this week we're doing the opposite. What makes a good horror villain? Dwayne?
So it's the same thing. They've got to have a good character.
Yeah.
They've got to. And because they're like the major bad guy. Like sometimes the protagonist, there's a couple of good guys, and the bad guy goes after them. They're the main focus of the bad guys. So they've got to have some kind of charisma also. You've got to kind of like them a little bit. If it's a bad guy and you don't like him, do you really care? No, but they have to have some kind of charisma. So the first person I'm thinking about is like Hannibal Lecter.
Okay.
Lots of charisma, bad guy. He's in prison and he's still pulling strings on people getting killed.
Well, I don't necessarily, they don't have the great charisma, because, Jason Voorhees, now you can say his mannerisms, his charisma, and King Hodder really, I thought, brought that home when he got to take the role of Jason. I don't know, for me, like a good horror character is, it's someone you sometimes, like, someone you actually root for them over the hero, and that happens a lot too, especially if the heroes are written as weak, you want the killer to kill them all. You know. So sometimes if like you can be torn, like I don't care who wins. This is awesome. You know. Of course, you know Jason and Freddy being the best. You know and Michael being like the top 3 of the slashers. They're also obviously the most iconic. So you know, kind of like an easy answer, but I mean, you know, those guys are classic, and you root for them. After a while, you know, you always root for. I have a hard time rooting for the ones that are like, I don't know, like more like what's the word I'm looking for?
Lesser known?
Not lesser known. Like, okay, let me give an example. Because obviously my words aren't coming up. But like, I had a hard time liking House of a Thousand Corpses. They were just like, I don't know, just fucking, what's the word? They were just evil for no good reason. You know, Jason had a backstory. You know, they let him down. He drowned. They cut his mother's head off. You know, he's got a lot of trauma. These guys are just like asshole rednecks. You know, I
charisma.
They did have charisma, but like I didn't really like them until the 3rd fucking movie.
See, I was gonna say the same thing. They were really kind of weird in House of a Thousand Corpses. I started liking them in Devil's Rejects because you got to see a little more about their personalities, them just having conversations as opposed to trying to like scare people. Them just talking to each other, and you get more of a feel for the people, you know, the characters and stuff. So that's why I started liking them. Was the second one.
Every time I started to like them in Devil's Rejects, then you had the whole hotel scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, that's right, I don't like these guys. You know, I guess I kind of liked them better in 3 because they weren't as bad in 3. They're still bad.
Yeah, they're like anti-heroes in 3.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's an example of one of like bad guys I don't really like. Especially since they never really got their comeuppance. It just, you know, it was really hard for me. Why did Captain Spaulding get lethal injection, but the other 2 didn't? Okay, anyway.
In real life, Sid Haig passed away.
Yeah,
he was very sick, so they had to try to make the movie with him being sick, so they made it where they gave him the lethal injection. But like you're saying, if it was continuity-wise, why would they give it to him and not the others?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Alright, anyway, that's been Horror Talk.